Well, the environment, biodiversity collapse, climate change, these are crucial elements of our time. And for Christians to care for God's creation, this single island planet home of ours, we need, first of all, to take stock of where we're at with all this and do everything with all our heart and mind and soul and strength to bring about change, both within our own lives and in the lives of our communities, so that we contribute towards this urgent task for the whole planet to reduce our carbon footprint and protect biodiversity.
Yeah, as you describe it, an increasingly urgent task, a huge job. What makes you the man for the job?
Well, I'm the glutton for punishment, really, because it is an almighty challenge. But I do come from an ecological background. I'm very keen on the environment and been involved in various environmental organisations and projects over many, many years, not least keeping my own bees here in the city in Norwich, but also just thoroughly enjoying being out and about in nature and celebrating this incredible gift of creation that we have been given.
A man who practices what he preaches. With taking on such a huge task like this, where do you begin? What are the first steps and priorities for you?
Well, a lot has already been achieved in so many ways by both individuals in changes they've made, often small changes, but together they add up to a huge amount. Also changes in our church communities. We've got examples of churches like Gloucester Cathedral with solar panelling on its roof, or churches that are looking at wind generation or planting trees, enabling their churchyards to be places of great joy and beauty and celebrating the breadth of wildlife within them. So there's lots of different ways which have already begun. What we just need now is a concerted effort as we approach particularly COP26 in Glasgow later this year, not only to do things ourselves and in our local communities, but also to lobby government, international companies, that we can all together make this major change that is needed.
The coronavirus pandemic has changed so much in all of our lives. How do we ensure that climate change remains at the top of the agenda with conflicting demands on governments around the world? And I wondered if it in fact gives us a chance to pause and rethink.
Well, I think COVID, has had a devastating impact in so many different ways, both within individual lives and livelihoods, but also across the world. There's a lot of talk at the moment of how we can build back better, how in the future we can solve some of the ways we were, the unsustainable way in which we've been living our lives, how we can truly care for the world's poorest people who often are most affected by climate change. And being a member of the Church of England, I'm an Anglican. Anglicans live throughout the whole world, and we're part of a worldwide family. And I hear so often stories from Anglicans in other parts of the world, particularly in the poorest parts, where they are already deeply affected by climate change. So what COVID has taught us is that collectively, together with the will, with the international will, we can find solutions. The rollout of coronavirus, and I was hearing how various vaccines have now been sent to Ghana in West Africa, is a huge positive story in how the world can get its act together, world leaders can, and make the difference that's needed. And what we now need at COP26, indeed also at the G7 in Cornwall in the summer, is that concerted effort from world leaders to say we can tackle this together, we can bring about change.
Bishop Graham Usher, Bishop of Norwich, appointed to lead the Church of England's environmental programme. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.